Now, this one, the name of the song caught me, but I don't think it's a cover because I do love this original song. Well, I say original song. Of course, when I saw this, I thought of the Cranberries. And then I thought of that cover that we watched where they covered the Cranberries' Zombie. I don't think this is that because it says official music video. Yungblud. Am I? It kind of sounds familiar, but I don't know if that's because we've watched something from them or because I'm thinking of like Yo MTV Raps. Yungblud. We have not seen them. Okay. Good to go. Okay. So Yungblud Zombie. 4 days ago. Oh, it says a love letter to nurses. Okay. A love letter to nurses. All right, shall we? This video is emotional. Jess just warned everybody this video is emotional. We have a love letter to nurses. Mm. That is what I'm talking about. Oh. There is so much. There's so much subtle perfection to this. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, it almost got me too. I was fighting it. Look at how this starts, okay? First of all, the detail. Not only is she wearing scrubs, the lighting is cinematic, okay? It's not the bright hospitals because, like, we need you to feel the weight. Look at her body language. There's a weight. This isn't bright hospital life, buzz, buzz, buzz. This is like a quiet moment. She has Crocs on. That's a detail. This slow push in on the camera is beautiful. That is the camera's way of telling you, pay attention. Just pay attention. Oh. I love the fact that they introduced the band within the set of the video. I think that's great because I always think it's weird where you have a story playing out, but then we come out of the story to look at the band playing the song at another location. Like, I know we want to show the band, but this is a very clever way to do it. Awesome. Now, I'm going to put a little theory out here. I was wondering why every single time we came back to the band, we were here on this shot, and the shot was so close that it seemed too close. And I think there's a reason for that. If I had to guess, we'll see when they come back to it. If I had to guess, I would say it's because it's another way of symbolizing and demonstrating the discomfort. The shot is too close. His eye contact is so intense and it's relentless. If you have somebody that close to you, you feel uncomfortable. They're staring into your soul. Now, could I be wrong? Could it just be a shot? Sure. The fact that they repeat it so much, I think it's intentional. Yungblud said that the song was written initially about my grandmother going through serious injury and trauma, leading her to become a different person to who she was before. It's about the feeling of deterioration and ugliness, shutting out the world and the people we love out of the fear of becoming a burden or an embarrassment. Wow. I'm going to pause that thought, Haley. While I know, now I understand that's what his motivation was for writing the song, and I think part of what some pieces of the video represent, I still want to drive through this a little bit and show you the pieces that I think are incredibly beautiful about this. All the different ways that this young lady, all the different things that she represents to all these people. This right here I thought was interesting because we have this lovely lady here, and then this is kind of the break, right? I deal with this patient, I'm everything for her in this moment. And then there's a brief pause where I just kind of like, I have to decompress as much as I can. And then I have to be that everything to somebody else. But that also becomes a very dynamic thing because here, it's not just somebody of a different age. Now there's another person in the room. There's an energy between these two people. Now, in this moment here, when they introduced this, I interpreted this as that on the bed is my wife, and I'm the one sitting against the wall, and I'm scared. And the nurse has to kind of navigate the energy of that room. She has to juggle all these emotions. That's where I initially went. However, then they bring us one step deeper. It still holds true that the nurse has to juggle this energy, but watch this. We see him. We don't know yet. I'm still watching this going, I can feel that moment. I can feel that moment being scared about what's coming. And then when they give us this reveal, it changes everything. This is a wonderful example of when you think you know 100% what's going on, and the reality is you're missing one piece of information, one piece of context that changes everything. Yeah, that's tough. But this still holds true to the fact that the nurse has to be kind of everything in that room. And she has to repeat that process over and over and over again. Yep. Ooh. And then once again, she's out of the room. She's taking a break and she's trying to like compartmentalize all of the things that she's experiencing so that she doesn't bring it back out into the world. She ends up becoming kind of a cocoon of all these emotions. This part here is really, really powerful because not only do we have the hand that we recognize with the tubes, we understand it's treatment, it's chemo. But then when the nurse's hand is introduced, that's the next level of I have to be everything for this person now. I have to be this person's family in a way. I have to show my care. But you notice like she didn't necessarily do this for other people. She might not. It's all this juggling act of how she has to play all these roles and understand, how do I navigate this with this person? How do I navigate this situation with this person? It's so much. Now, when we come back to her home, you notice she's always alone. Now, that could be extremely meta, meaning like it could be very layered in terms of, is she alone because she carries too much of other people and she can't hold a relationship? Is she alone because she doesn't trust people because of what she's seen in her work? Is she too busy? You know, like there's all these ways. But the point is, though, I think what matters in this scene is that she has to face all of this alone. If you notice the clothes on the floor, yet another good detail. Clothes strewn about because she, and I know some of you will understand this, she takes care of everybody else, but she doesn't do such a good job of taking care of herself. I actually didn't catch the wings in the mirror. That's a great catch. Yeah, you can see, and I thought it was light, but yeah, these are the wings behind her. That's fantastic. And she's right back out there again, over and over. Okay, so there we have the wings again in this shot. Awesome. This shot here, I didn't understand initially that they were together, but this shot holds for a little longer than I expected, which tells me something. I actually want to see. Okay, it's about 2.5 seconds. It held for a little longer, so I'm thinking, like, what are they trying to get across here? And I think this moment where it stops is us feeling this moment of what's going on in her head. What is she thinking about? And if this is her family, she's thinking, am I going to get through this? Am I going to get to see them grow up? Am I going to see their future? And just sitting in that space of the unknown. But now, once again, you see the nurse playing with the kids now. She has to be everything for the patient, and that includes for her family as well. A lot of roles to juggle. That is a great shot because you can see it building in her. It's a very gradual process. It eats away at you. Mm. And I know this may be redundant for some of you that are like, okay, well, we watched it once. Do we have to? Yeah, this video absolutely deserves to be pushed through again, in my opinion. This is incredibly magnificent. The contrast between her work self and her home self is so well done. Was that the same girl? Was this the same girl and the same guy from in the beginning? Okay, different girl. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was different at first, but for some reason going back, I was like, wait a second, why is she reacting that way? Now, this part is, this is another oof moment for me because he's upset. She has to kind of like, okay, hold on. I have to be the wall here, but watch what happens when he starts to fall apart. Watch her reaction. I did turn the sound off, yes. Okay? She wants to hug him, but she can't. She shouldn't. She's closed up. Like she can do it, but it's like I don't want to get involved here. Like there's a safety here. You have to kind of like keep a distance in a way. And he just starts to fall apart. And he leans into her like, I need somebody. And she's like, I don't know what to do. So you think that this is another domestic violence situation? No, I don't see that. I don't see that. And I watch closely. Here's why I don't see that. You could be right, but watch when he brings his hands up, it's like he wants to like cover his ears. Okay? Watch his response. He looks upset, but it's like, let me in there, that's my wife. That's how I would feel. Oh, you're saying that arm coming up, maybe? As if he wants to hit her? Yeah, see this right here, it just looks like sheer pain, like he's falling apart. And he just crumbles. Ooh, that's rough. And that right there is pure emotion. Oh, it can still happen, absolutely. I totally get it. It's just not how I received it myself, that's all. Oof. And all these flashes back and forth of all the different ways that she was the angel to somebody else. But yet she has to process and deal with all of this herself. I mean, the reality is that people like this, nurses, doctors, first responders, military, law enforcement, there's so many teachers, people that give and give and give themselves, and they sacrifice for the greater good, and that greater good being other people or younger people or whatever the case might be. It is a very powerful role. Mm. Wow. I mean, a nurse like this is going to be with somebody in some of the more mundane moments and some of the worst moments, some of the best moments. The girl recognized the wings. Mm. That's fantastic. That is fantastic.